Kool TV proudly presents Raceland Rams Baseball as the Kool Sports Network brings you coverage of the Rams live from Raceland, Kentucky. Now let's head to the field for the pregame show. Raceland Rams Baseball live on Kool TV.
And a pleasant good evening from Raceland as we get you set for the final 63rd District seeding matchup between these two teams here in this latter part of April. Good evening, everyone. Alongside Jacob Hagens, I'm James Collier. Happy to have you along with us here. Game number 6 of 63rd District seeding play as the Raceland Rams come in with a record on the overall season of 16-5. They're 5-0 in district play after a 7-2 win over Greenup County last night down in Lloyd. Greenup sets at 12-11. They're 3-2 in district play. And a lot looming in the balance with this one, especially after Russell and Lewis County got postponed this evening. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. We'll step out for a break. We'll come back and meet our starting lineups and get you ready for first pitch. Looks like it's going to turn into a very pleasant evening here for baseball, and we're happy to have you along with us here. We'll be back in just a few moments here on Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private, nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. For over a century, KCU has been transforming the hearts and minds of students through a Christ-centered academic community that is both academically rigorous and intimately personal. Begin the journey to the career of your dreams today at kcu.edu.
Back here at Raceland as we get you set for Greenup and Raceland here this final 63rd District showdown. A little bit tardy tonight. We play the waiting game to make certain that the rain was not going to interfere with the start of the game, so that's why we're a little bit tardy. Let's go ahead and take a start on our starting lineups. We'll start first with the visitors on the scoreboard, the Greenup County Musketeers. It's changed 3 times, twice since I've had it in the last 10 minutes. Sawyer Hatfield will lead things off. He'll play second base. Batting second at shortstop's Casey Gammon. Batting third and playing center field, Ty Logan. The pitcher will do the cleanup duties. That's Gavin Roy. Batting fifth, now as a designated hitter, is Luke Boggs. Batting sixth at third base, Brody Howard. Batting seventh and catching, Colin Alexander. Batting eighth and playing first base is Cam Underwood. And batting ninth in left field is Kyler Robinson. Boggs will hit for Tyler Johnson, who will play right field. Hatfield, Gammon, Logan, Roy, Boggs, Howard, Alexander, Underwood, and Robinson. Now let's take a look at this lineup for Marty Mills' Raceland Rams. They will be the 1 seed in the upcoming 63rd District Tournament. Caden Shore will lead things off. He'll play first base. Landon Bloss at third base. He'll bat second. Batting third and pitching is Connor Thacker. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, Eli Lind. Batting fifth as a designated hitter is Brigham Davidson. He'll hit for the left fielder of Aiden Schaefer. Batting sixth at shortstop is Parker Eisen. Batting seventh at second base, Michael Pennington. Batting eighth in right field, Cade Coldiron. And batting ninth in center field is Gunnar Smith. Shore, Bloss, Thacker, Lind, Davidson, Eisen, Pennington, Coldiron, and Smith. We'll take a break. We come back after the national anthem, and we'll have first pitch, Greenup County and Raceland after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Go to Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter. Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Baseball and softball seasons are here, and Grayson Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop for everything from bats and gloves to helmets and accessories. No matter the age, Grayson Sporting Goods has the size to get your favorite star ready to hit the field. Grayson Sporting Goods also offers a full selection of East and West Carter team gear with custom printing and embroidery available on many items. Stop by Grayson Sporting Goods, located on Main Street in downtown Grayson, proudly serving Carter County and surrounding counties since 1975.
Back at Raceland as we get you ready for first pitch, Greenup County and the Rams. Hatfield, Gammon, and Logan, the three that will go for Steve Logan's Musketeers, who sit at 12-11, 3-2 in 63rd District play. Defensively behind Connor Thacker, it'll look like this for the Rams. Left to right will be Aiden Schaefer, Gunnar Smith, and Kate Coldiron. Third to first, Landon Bloss. Bug, I don't know what that is. Just making sure it wasn't a yellow jacket. Sorry. Landon Bloss, Parker Ice, and Michael Bennington, Caden Shore. Eli Lynn behind the dish. And the right-handed senior of Connor Thacker will be on the bump tonight. Thacker making his first appearance since last throwing on April 10th against Fairview. That was a 4-3 win for the Rams.
Thacker, this will be his fourth appearance, like James said. He comes in 0-0 record, 2.47 ERA. He's thrown 5 2/3 innings, given up 4 hits, 5 walks, struck out 7, 3 runs, 2 of them have been earned.
Beautiful evening for baseball after we got threatened with storms off and on throughout the latter part of the afternoon, and we were watching one cell that was moving this direction, and it looked like that it was going to get us about 10 minutes before original start of game time. So I talked with Marty Mills, and I said, if this thing hits, it's going to be awful. And he goes, well, I don't want to start and stop. I said, then you're better stopping before you start. So that's why we're a little bit tardy. Instead of starting at 6, we're going to start just a little bit after that. But the storms look like we're good until probably about 9 o'clock, and that's when another round rolls back in here this evening. All right, Sawyer Hamfield will lead things off, batting .301 on the season, 22 hits, 6 driven in.
Back to the weather. It's a little bit quicker start than what we had the first district game we had here.
Yeah, without a doubt. So Thacker has this one poked over toward first base. That's going to be a foul ball, and this ball game is underway. 6:09 first pitch, 79 degrees, a light breeze in the air, blowing out to that from that left center field gap towards center field. We saw some crazy winds today, and right now it just feels rather comfortable here at the ballpark. This one's up over top of his head for a ball, 1-1.
Hoping the winter's past us and it stays warm like it has been the past few days.
1-1 pitch. Well, it is Derby weekend, so it was funny. Trey and I went to go get some dinner this evening, and somebody was talking about the weather this week, and I said, hey, it's Derby weekend. I said, you know what's coming. It's always, it gets nasty, it rains. It's just something that you deal with in the state of Kentucky. We lived in Louisville for 10 years, and I couldn't tell you how many times, it was more than not, that Derby weekend was a nasty weekend.
Yeah.
Here's a 3-1 pitch. Inside ball 4, so a leadoff walk to Hatfield. Our umpires for this evening games, Anthony Stapleton behind the dish, Jeff Atkins on the bases. So it brings in Casey Gammon, the shortstop. Batting .333 on the season. 23 hits, 18 driven in with 4 doubles. Healthy lead for Hatfield over at first base. Gammon shows bunt and pokes this one foul. Again, you look at this early on, Jacob. You start trying to play a little small ball, maybe trying to move some runners over, especially last night. Greenup fell behind early. They were down 5-0, I think, in their third inning after the second inning. And then, you know, it's kind of one of the things. You want to put the pressure on Raceland here this evening when you get a base runner aboard.
Yeah, they these two coaches, they aren't afraid to take chances and make the defense work with runners leaving early or squaring a bunt or just playing small or just trying to make the defense work as hard as they possibly can to get the out.
Hatfield leaks away from first base. Thacker to the plate. That was at the top of the zone. A called strike. Back pick there from Lind is not in time. So count goes to 0-2 to Gammon.
Gammon slapped himself in the helmet after that one. Knew he shouldn't have took that one.
A long hold by Thacker and now a step off. This is where I've said so many times that we need a pitch clock in the game of high school baseball. I didn't think that I would like it when it came into major leagues and really fell in love with it. I think they actually need to speed it up a little bit, but I think in high school, 30-second pitch clock and the number of throwovers that you can have in an inning as well.
Yeah, that would make the game go by a whole lot quicker.
0-2 pitch. Misses high and away for a ball 1-2.
Saw this a lot in the Fairview game for Thacker. He struggled to find the zone in the first inning. I think all 3 of his walks he had that game came in the first inning.
2 hits, 2 runs in 3 innings. 1 was earned. Struck out 2, walked 3 through 56 pitches before handing the ball off to Shore in that 4-3 win for the Rams. 1-2 pitch. A quick check of the runner back over, and it was close. Hatfield was scurrying back to the bag, and it was a little closer than he wanted it to be for sure.
It's a little bit too close to be going back in standing up at least.
Thacker from the belt. Another throw back over. Again, if you think this game's going to move fast tonight, you are insane.
Yeah, it's going to be slow-paced.
Molasses in the wintertime in Alaska will be the pace of this one's movement.
Just trying to think you're saying that you always say.
Yeah, that's it. This one's wide. Here's a throw back over. Again, just back in time was Hatfield as he leaked away from the bag. Lynn not afraid to sling it around. The count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll check our Kool Sports trivia question coming up at the top of the second inning. Back in 1986 today. Nice pitch at the belt, caught him looking. Did a really good job there with those 2 sliders away and then came back in on the belt. And catches him looking for out number 1.
Michael Pennington in our shot there. Couldn't really.
I'll tell him tomorrow to get out my camera angle. It's the only bad part I worried about this. We moved it over there as you run into that situation. Ty Logan, the center fielder, will step in. He's playing his 3rd position today. We haven't even started the ball game yet. I talked with Steve earlier today. He texted me his lineup. He said, this is it for now. It could change. They got here. It changed. Then they got here, and it changed again. So I talked with Steve. He's like, man, we have been absolutely bitten by the injury bug. There goes the runner. This one swung on and lifted skyward in the infield. Hatfield's going to have to hustle. Nobody's at first base as Shore will haul it in, but 2 down in the inning. Elected to go with a hit and run there, and Logan puts it in the air, and that's the last thing you want to do. So Hatfield back to first base, 2 down in the frame, and Gavin Roy comes in. Roy, a .333 hitter, 21 hits, 25 driven in on the year with 8 doubles. That one got away from Thacker as he came to the plate and spiked it in the turf.
So this is Roy's second game back after taking a break off of an injury he had. Dislocated his rib flipping over the fence against Russell. So this will be his first game back, or second game back from that injury. Only missed the one game against, I believe it was Mason County.
2 balls and no strikes to Gavin Roy. Luke Boggs in the on-deck circle would go next. Hatfield leaks away from first. Thacker the long pause. Slings that one inside and hits him on the elbow. So 2 on for the Musketeers. A walk and a hit by pitch. And a bring in Luke Boggs.
Courtesy runner over at first for
Who'd they get in for him?
I think it's Asher Wireman, number 15.
Yep, there we go. Thank you. So Boggs, a great opportunity here with 2 on, but 2 outs. 269 hitter, 18 hits, 11 driven in on the year. He owns the only home run hit by the Musketeers this season. 33 doubles, 6 triples, 1 home run.
Say 33 doubles?
33 doubles total. Thacker trying to pitch himself out of a jam here in the first. That one's up and in for a ball, 1-0. Hatfield at second, Wireman at first, running for the pitcher Gavin Roy. 1-0 pitch fouled away, 1-1. We set everything up inside this evening, and then we're like, well, we're not certain if what's going to happen. And about 10 minutes before game time, we said, let's move it. And we pulled everything back outside.
Rather be safe than sorry.
Absolutely. 1-1 breaking ball tumbles in there for a called strike, 1-2. I see the softball girls in attendance. That must have meant that their game at Russell got canceled as well, or postponed, I should say. Difference between cancellation and postponement. Postponement means it'll be played some other time. Cancellation means it's done. The 1-2. Runner going toward third, and they got him. Nice job there by Eli Lynn to put it on the bag and cut down Hatfield trying to swipe third. We're through a half an inning. Scoreless here in Raceland. Back after this on Kool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Bottom of the first. Scoreless. Raceland coming to bat. Short, Bloss, and Thacker, the three that'll lead things off. Defensively for the Musketeers, left to right, Robinson, Logan, and Johnson. Third to first, Howard Gammon, Hatfield, and Underwood. Colin Alexander will work behind the dish tonight. And on the bump, he'll be the right-handed throwing junior of Gavin Roy. Roy making his 10th appearance. An 0-4 record with a 5.03 ERA, 23 and 2/3 innings of work, 29 hits given up, 27 strikeouts, 18 walks, 22 runs surrendered, 17 of those on the season have been earned. So the Musketeers had 2 on in the first after a walk and a hit by pitch. But Could not convert. They take a roll of the dice and try to send the runner from second to third, and Eli Lynn cuts him down. So Caden Shore will start us off here in the home first inning. Shore having a stellar senior year, batting .407 on the year, 22 hits, 17 driven in, 6 doubles, 16 walks. Shore owns 3 of the 6 home runs. He and Connor Thacker each with 3. Both of them hit 2 in one game. Not the same game, opposite games. Shore looks at a first pitch. That's a ball. Home plate umpire stepped out like he was going to make the call and then stopped. Anthony Stapleton behind the dish tonight for us here in this one. 1-0 pitch. Lifted skyward and deep. Turn and look. Say goodbye. See ya. Home run number 4 for for Mr. Shore. And that one off the bat, a no-doubter. A solo blast to start things off here in the first. Raceland leads at 1-0. He tossed the bat as he came up the line, and he knew that he had gotten all of that one when it popped off the bat, a no-doubter. And that's going to bring a visit to the mound from Steve Logan to talk to his pitcher. Well, we have a break in the action. We'll take a look at games around Major League Baseball. We've got some that's delayed, one that's already been postponed today. Cardinals and Reds up at Great American. That'll be made up tomorrow. Postponed and delayed games are going to be the Twins at the Guardians, Cubs and Pirates. Yankees-Orioles getting ready to get started. The other game in the 6 o'clock hour, the Nationals are in Philadelphia. Tonight at 7 o'clock, Royals are at the Rays. Blue Jays will host the Red Sox. D-backs are at the Mets. Brewers are in Chicago playing the White Sox. At 8 o'clock, Athletics at the Rangers, Tigers and the Astros. Rockies will entertain the Braves out in Colorado. At 9:40, it's the Angels in Seattle. The Giants are at San Diego, and tonight at 10, the Marlins are at the Dodgers. So the meeting at the mound commences. So Caden Shore starts us off with a towering shot. So Landon Bloss steps in. A .297 hitter on the season. 19 hits, 10 driven in, a double. 6 walks. And a breaky ball tumbles in there for a called strike, 0-1. Now the good part about that was I sent Jacob out to make an adjustment on the camera, hit a home run. He couldn't talk over me. I'll give him a hard time about that when he comes back. Fastball down and away, count evens at 1-1. We'll check our Kool Sports Trivia question coming up in the top half of inning number 2. We'll go back to this date in Major League Baseball history, 1986. 1-1. High for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. Rams trying to make a clean sweep of 63rd District seeding play. They'll play host to the tournament here in that third week of May. Both baseball and softball will be in Raceland. That one kicks away from the catcher, and the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike to the Rams' third baseman. Our crew tonight, Trey Collier, executive producer, Philip Roark taking care of our cameras on the field level. Jacob Hankins working with me tonight. He was supposed to go to Lewis County tonight and cover the Russell game. They got postponed, so he came over to give us a hand tonight and say, put a headset on, work with me. He's been doing some play-by-play this year for us and some spot fill-ins and working some KCU stuff, so be a good opportunity for him to work. Look, all you have to do is walk away when we hit a home run. Ball 4 down and away as Landon Bloss is aboard. So Connor Thacker steps in with a 1-0 lead. Thacker, a .352 hitter, 19 hits, 17 driven in. 2 doubles on the season. As I mentioned earlier, he and Shore coming in were even at 3 home runs apiece. That has been broken with the solo shot. Now can Thacker go yard and do some work his own? He fouls this one away. Rams coming off that deep run down in Owensboro over the weekend, beating Pikeville in the All-A state sectionals to make the trip to the state tournament. They win their first game on Saturday, beating Campbellsville 2-1, and then ran into the buzzsaw that Owensboro Catholic brought to the plate, and falling in their semifinal matchup 11-1. 2 out of 3 years, though, the Rams have made it to the state they played in the state Final Four.
That ball short hit landed in between the swing sets.
So it got over the fence into Campbell? Okay. That's still, by the way, that is still not the deepest shot I've ever seen hit here. Braden Webb 2 years ago hit one that hit the slide.
Yeah,
it was a towering shot.
That one was about 30 feet from that.
The long pause in the pitch. Swing and a miss as that one dives out of the way. It was one of those balls that when it left the bat, Shortest took his bat and kind of twirled it up, and it landed up the baseline about 15 feet. He knew that he had gotten on, and you heard that click. You get that significant click off that metal bat, you know you got all of it. 1-2, runner going. Ball lifted into the air. Gammon fading back. And our camera operator could not find the ball. Gammon finds the ball, but our camera operator can't find the ball. One away in the inning. May put a hang timer on that thing.
That one was up there. I mean, Boss had time to get to second, realize that the ball was in the air, scramble around, look for it, and get back before it was even caught.
And both teams have attempted a hit and run, and both of them have popped out in the infield. So Eli Lynn will climb in. One of 4 seniors on this year's squad, batting .318 on the year. That was on the outside corner, a called strike. Now, Sawyer Hatfield, he got the memo of where to stand when you're playing second base. Michael Pennington did not get that memo.
Yeah, he just
stands right in the way.
A little bit of a size difference, too. But.
Just a tad. 1 out, 1 on for the Rams, leading 1-0 here in the first. Runner going. This one's lifted skyward in the infield as well. Roy has this one in front of the mound. He'll make the catch. 2 down in the inning.
Back-to-back attempts at hit and runs, and both of them ended up in flyouts.
And it's one of those deals of that's what you're going to get from these two teams. They're going to try to push the envelope. They're going to try to make you do something that you're uncomfortable doing. So Brigham Davison, the DH, will step in, a .245 hitter for the sophomore. He's named to the all-tournament team down in Owensboro as he'll look at a pitch downstairs. Bloss will take second base on the stolen base. So the Rams with a runner in scoring position now. Thacker and Brigham Davison named to the all-tournament team in the All-A. The 1-0. That's a fastball right down the pipe, 1-1. Good crowd on hand here tonight. Again, only ball game on tap in the area. So we mentioned Raceland and Russell was supposed to play this evening. That game appears it's been postponed as the softball players are here. We'll get a late time, and again, that's what you're taught as a pitcher to do is you start that motion, you continue.
Yeah, you don't want to risk either injury or, well, really just injury.
And a lot of times you'll see pitchers at that point, they just cut loose and throw it halfway up a backstop.
Yeah.
Don't try to throw a strike. Throw it go Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn with it.
Yeah, just waste a pitch.
Yeah, waste a pitch. Do anything you want to with it. 1-1 pitch. That one's wide, 2-1. So were you a kid of Major League? Have you ever watched that game to appreciate the greatness of Major League?
The movie?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God.
That's one baseball movie I have not seen.
You are such a pup.
Listen, I'll do my homework and go home and watch it.
2-1. That one kicks away from the catcher. That's going to allow Bloss to move up. It's going to be a wild pitch. So the Rams with another run 90 feet away. If you've never watched Wild Thing and you've never watched – one, you're missing Bob Uecker of Harry Doyle, okay, and the story that was the Cleveland Indians and how they made their run. And it was funny because after that movie came out, that's when the Indians made their run. Not in the same fashion, by the way.
Yeah.
3-1 pitch, misses up and away, ball 4, and the runners are at the corners. Yeah, you have to go home and watch Major League. Now, don't go watching Major League 2 because it's not the same thing. But, yeah, you've got to watch. I can't believe that you've never seen Major League. I'm going to give you trivia quizzes here on baseball movies to see if you've ever watched them as we go through tonight's broadcast.
Okay.
I'm just going to see how old I end up feeling by the time this one's over.
Probably. Maybe a little old.
Man, probably a little older than I already feel. Parker Eisen steps in, the Rams shortstop, a 340 hitter. Runners at the corners for the Rams. There goes the runner. That one's upstairs. They'll throw back to the pitcher. They'll try to get the rundown, and they get Roy to throw it into center field. They got what they wanted out of it. The error on Roy makes it 2-0 Rams.
Roy with the right idea just sailed it over Hatfield's head and ended up working to perfection for the Rams.
So both runners will advance 90 feet on the throwing error from Roy, so it makes it 2-0 Raceland. And Eisen now with an opportunity to add to that lead with a base hit in the outfield that could bring Davidson to the plate. Roy the pause and the pitch. Comes inside, nearly catches him. Speaking of Eisen, Eisen's Cards and Collectibles will be the place this weekend down at Old Russell to meet Reds Hall of Famer George Foster. He'll be in attendance for autographs, picture taking. He's also going to come over to the ball game on Saturday when the Rams play host to their Derby Classic in a twin bill against Harrison County. Mac Whitaker, by the way, if you've ever heard of that name, he's still the head coach of Harrison County. He's been coaching for about 187 years. He's the only guy that I think is older than I know of that's been around baseball than Coach Randy Vanderhoof. If you don't know who Mac Whitaker is and you're a connoisseur of Kentucky high school baseball, check your pulse. That guy is the legend. 3-0, up and in, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Eisen as the inning will continue. Third walk of the inning. And it brings in the second baseman of Michael Pennington. Alexander's going to have a word on the mound with his battery mate. All right, so while we got a break, have you seen Little Big League?
Little Big League. Don't think so.
Rookie of the Year?
Yes, I've seen Rookie of the Year.
So you know Rosengardner?
Yeah.
Okay. I've actually got an autograph from Rosengardner. I've had him on my show before. He's a musician now. So it's funny how he went from that movie to into the American Pie movies, and then now he's a musician and a very popular musician at that. So
got to check my facts. Rosengardner is the kid in Rookie of the Year.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Oh my gosh! Now you're worrying me there. I was about to make you just turn your headset off, cash in your baseball card, and you were done forever. You were never working around baseball ever again. Oh, in the turf. Nice job there by Alexander to smother that one. Let's see. Other baseball movies. I'm trying to think. Have you ever seen The Natural?
Mm-mm.
Okay. That one's
How about I just name the movies I've seen?
Field of Dreams?
Yeah, I've seen The Field of Dreams. It's been a while since I've seen The Field of Dreams, but I have seen it.
Bad News Bears and Breaking Training?
Bad News Bears, Breaking Training.
Okay, so there's two Bad News Bears. Those are the original one back in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
That was the original one. And then you get the newest one that's in there. That is the one with Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay.
So they're the same concept. The one with Billy Bob is a little funnier than the other one, but they're still pretty good. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pennington to play. 2 on, 2 out here in the first. Rams lead at 2-0. 2's wild across the board right now. Roy trying to limit the damage. Breaking ball in there, called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. The Rams strand 2, but they get 2. 2-0 after 1. Back after this on Kool TV.
Here at Kentucky Christian University, we believe that nursing saves lives. Nursing is more than a career, it's a calling. KCU has a reputation for producing exemplary graduates who excel both clinically and professionally. With options for both in-person and online studies, KCU is ready to help you begin the career of your dreams today. Find out more at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the second inning we go. Do up this inning for the Musketeers. 5, 6, and 7. Boggs, Howard, and Alexander. Alongside Jacob Hankins, I'm James Carr. Happy to have you along with us here tonight. Rams lead in front 2-0. We'll check our trivia question here in this inning. Back in 1986, Luke Boggs will resume his position at the plate with a fresh count. He was there in the bottom of the first inning when Hatfield got shot down at first base over to third base, trying to steal the bag. Towering home run from Caden Shore on his second pitch that he saw in the at-bat. The Rams pushed another run across on a Musketeers error. And that's where we stand currently. Thacker's behind 2-0. Rams are the 1 seed. They will play Lewis County, who is the 4. The 2-3 seed, the teams are locked with Russell and Greenup, but the opportunity to get that 2 seed is still available. As at the moment, the way the standings sit, Russell is at 2-3. Greenup is at 3-2. That was at the top of the zone for a call strike 2-2. So a loss here tonight by Greenup would put them at 3-3, leaving Russell with an opportunity with a win over Lewis County to go to 3-3, which would then get the tiebreaker because of the RPI. Currently, Russell has a 2-position lead over Greenup County for the RPI. So that would put them at the 2 and put Greenup County as the 3. Payoff pitch, fouled away.
So RPI is the tiebreaker.
It is the tiebreaker.
Okay.
So that will determine the tie because they split in the regular season. Used to it was the first game of the district matchup. Then that went away, and I think they've switched everything over to RPI across all sports in the district now. Another payoff pitch, swing and a miss. He blows that one past him with some 87 octane. One down in the inning on the Ison's Cards and Collectibles instant replay. No.
Maybe.
Might have hit it. Might have hit it a little too soon. So Brody Howard steps in, 207 hitter on the season. That one tumbles in there, but just misses somewhere. 1-0.
Howard's an interesting player back in the lineup. He came off of a broken, I guess it was his face. And so if you see him over at third, he's got that mask on his face because he broke his nose. He was taking batting practice, and somebody hit a ground ball to him, and the next pitch was thrown, and it hit him square in the face. So
wow.
he's been out for a couple weeks, but I believe yesterday was his first game back.
Well, he roped that one right into center field for the first hit of the ball game for the Musketeers. So a runner aboard, and Colin Alexander, the catcher, steps in. 203 hitter. Nothing Rams here in the second inning, excuse me. This one's lifted skyward right at the center fielder, Gunnar Smith. He camps under it, makes the catch. 2 down in the inning. Let's take a look at our Kool Sports trivia question for tonight. This date, 1986, this pitcher fanned 20 batters. Who was he? Text me 606-571-7281 with your answer. Also put your name in there. A, Dwight Gooden. B, Dan Quisenberry. C, Tom Browning. D, Roger Clemens. 1986 on this date, fanned 20 batters. Text me and we'll check the answer on the top of the 5th inning. So in comes Cam Underwood, the first baseman. He looks at a pitch up and away for a ball. 143 hitter, 2 hits, 1 driven in with a double.
That's a good question.
I know it is. I like that one. Hey, be sure to put your name in there, too, because some of you are going to text me. I've already got people texting me. I don't know who you are. Now, sometimes I think people text and like, well, if I get it wrong and I don't put my name in there, they can't say anything about it.
Yeah.
Howard over at first. The 1-1. Nice job there by Lynn taking that one off the chest, 2-1. Now here's the question. I want to see how much of a baseball connoisseur you are. Can you name the starting or the team that those pitchers would have pitched for back in '86?
That was way before my time.
But you don't. Come on, man. That's an
Listen,
easy one.
I know the names, but all the teams run together. But I do think I know the answer.
We'll see. 2-1. I'll give you an opportunity here to. We'll do it like the Reds do. I'll give you a chance, and I'll give you a chance to go back and change your answer if you want to, like they do with the Cowboy. You're not the Cowboy, though.
No.
As long as I'm not Tommy Thrall, that'll be fine. Anybody ever tells me I'm Tommy Thrall, tell me so I can quit. 3-1 pitch. Rocketed over into left, and that one's going to tumble in for a 2-out single. So a pair of hits from the bottom of the order for the Musketeers. They've got 2 on here in the inning, trailing 2-0.
Underwood went up and got that one.
He just tacked it out of there.
That one was almost up at his eyes.
So to bring in the left fielder of Kyler Robinson. He'll swing it from the left side. Howard at second, Underwood over at first. Another one in the turf. Lynn doing a phenomenal job keeping the ball in front of him this evening. He does a great job behind the dish.
It's going to be an interesting switch for you with your words from dirt to turf. Like, I would have said dirt there.
Well, and it's something, it took me a little bit after, doing an entire season last year with baseball and softball here at Raceland, everything turf, of doing that. And then when I go, like, to KCU or go to Lewis County to do a game, and then all of a sudden it's dirt, and it's like, to dirt.
You catch yourself.
Yeah, I have to catch myself. All right, here, let's throw it out here. I'm going to see how well you can do this. Give me a team that you think these players played for. Dwight Gooden.
Oh,
Time. Dan Quisenberry.
Dan Quisenberry, don't know.
Okay.
The only one I might
Tom
know,
Browning.
The only one I might know is Clemens.
Tom Browning.
No idea.
You're done.
I'm done.
You are done.
You're firing me.
You are. Everybody in this area is going to fire you for that
Listen,
one.
let him. It's okay.
That's Mr. Perfection. Roger Clemens.
I want to say the Giants, but I doubt that's right.
He never played for the Giants.
Never played for the Giants?
He never played for the Giants. He played for, let's see.
Uh-oh.
I'm doing the math in my head. He played for 1 National League team.
1 National League team?
And 3 American League teams.
And 3 American League teams. That can be a bonus question for everybody else, too, if they can name.
I don't think I'm missing anything. No, I checked that. 4 American League teams.
4?
I forgot there was one latter part of his career there that he went with.
So I've got a 5 and 25 gotta see what would that be.
Don't try to do math.
No.
You'll embarrass yourself.
Yeah, I will.
2 balls and a strike to Robinson. 2 on, 2 out here in the second. Thacker to the plate. This one's chopped out towards short. Little hopper to Ison. He'll flip it to Pennington, and that'll end the inning. Musketeers strand 2 more. We're through an inning and a half. 2-0 Rams. Back after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Go to Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Bottom of the second inning, 2-0 Raceland. Cold Iron Smith and back to the top of the order, Caden Shore. Let's take a look at that Kool Sports Trivia question. We've added a few trivia to this, by the way. 1986 on this day, this pitcher fans 20 batters. Who was he? A. Dwight Gooden, B. Dan Quisenberry, C. Tom Browning, D. Roger Clemens. Text me 606-571-7281. We'll check the answer at the top of the fifth inning. We had a couple answers come in. Be sure to put your name in there with your answer so I can give you a shout-out if you do get it correct. I promise not to make fun of you if you miss it. Here is the bonus question tonight. Roger Clemens was a conversation we were having on the side of this. What teams did Roger Clemens play for in his career? There was one National League team. There were 4 American League teams. See if you can name those.
Bonus points.
Bonus points. Kate Coldiron steps in, a 263 hitter. Roy, after working through 28 pitches to get through the first frame, gets Coldiron to chase out of the zone. Roy likes to work fast. You can tell by the way he stands on the bump. He's ready to go. And then as soon as I say that, he gets a kind of a false start.
I think he told Alexander that he couldn't see what he was calling.
Coldiron tries to offer at that one and comes up empty. 0-2. Standing on that inner half of the white line of the right-handed batter's box. Tall standing right-hander kicks and deals. Spikes that one in the turf, and to the backstop it goes 1-2.
Standing on the inside like that makes the outside pitch more middle, so you can't really get beat on the outside pitch for a called strike unless you just get frozen.
And that's something that Greenup did so many years back in the days when Greg was the head coach there and Steve was an assistant, and they made those runs. I mean, those guys would just they would stand on top of the plate.
Yeah.
That's just how they rolled.
Okay,
1-2 pitch, fouled away.
Throw a pitch inside, you can just turn on it.
And that's something, you get that when you're crowding the plate like that, you got to yank those hands inside and try to turn on it and just foul it away or try to rip it down the line and stuff. But there's so many times that you would see with Greenup, and Raceland does the same thing now, the way they do their approach. Just stay back and hit the other way.
Yeah.
Eli Lind is probably one of the guys this year that I've seen do it so well. Lind on the season, you look at his numbers, 21 hits, he's got 9 doubles. At one point this season, he was 14-7. And, it was one of those deals of, I was what I told him, I said he's a single or a double guy.
Yeah.
He's not going to run past second base, though.
No.
That's just not going to happen.
And his catcher legs start catching.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry about the catchers now. You start messing with me, you start talking about the catchers. Coldiron down on strikes.
The center fielder, number 1.
So I'll go to the center fielder now of Gunnar Smith.
Listen, the catcher is the most important position on the field.
Oh, absolutely.
If you have somebody that can't catch, then you're in for a world of pain.
Smith bunts this one back. Roy fields and throws. A nice job there. 2 down in the inning. So it takes us back to the top of the order.
Now batting for the Rams, the first baseman.
And a ball that has not landed yet.
I was about to say that, and you took it from me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Might have got caught up in the wind that's up there.
Yeah, there was a little bit of breeze blowing out of that gap left to right.
No, I think he got enough of that to where.
Yeah, he didn't need it. It wasn't wind aided. It was out of here without a doubt. Two down, the base is empty for sure. Big breaky ball. That's a dangerous pitch right there. That's a ball that he will deposit. I got some kiddos from the Ramblers tuning in tonight. Asher and Harrison Roark, who was here for the game the other night when they had the Ramblers come out, the 9U Ramblers. So they're tuned in watching this evening. Greatly appreciate them tuning in. Also, the youngest Titan. I believe I said that right. I hope I did. Thanks for tuning in. Man, I've got a lot of messages I've got to read. I got a lot of people that checked in here. I got my buddy Ben Ball that's coming in on the bonus question. I haven't even looked at his answer, and I would almost bet you a steak dinner that he got it right. That one's upstairs, 2-2. All right, let's see. Here we go. Ben Ball.
He gave us another bonus.
Nailed it. Absolutely. He didn't just nail the one question. He nailed them all. This one's fouled away. Listen, Ben Ball and I, we go way back for whatever I was doing stuff with Greenup, and did some road trips with them. Went up to Louisville one weekend. Went down there and played some great baseball. PRP was in town. They were the host team. Got to see a really good lefty pitcher down there and stuff, and got to hang around with Ben a little bit. Man, he's a good guy. 2-2 pitch upstairs, 3-2.
Yeah, my brother, when he was down at Greenup, he's kind of jumped around a little bit, but he gave my brother the nickname of Hammer and Hank, and Hank kind of stuck. So
I like it.
Everybody calls him Hank and not Lige or Eli anymore.
I got it.
So he's got a forever nickname because of old Ben Ball.
Oh, Ben Ball. Roy waits. You're in the box from the left side. The payoff pitcher, 2 down in the inning. And it's fouled away, and he'll get another. That might get the cheap seats. Well, I got 3 people in the cheap seats tonight.
Yeah, there's 4 up there. There's 1 in the car.
Okay. Those are the cars up on US 23. Now, see, what they should do is they should send a player up there, and those seats should cost you $10.
Yeah.
$5 for the game. Well, $7 for the game and $3 for parking.
Yeah.
Another payoff pitch. Misses high and away, ball 4. So a 2-out walk puts Shore on and brings in Landon Bloss. A walk and a run scored for Bloss, his first time through today. Matt Sparks says the answer to the trivia question today is a given. I'm not going to say the other part of his thing because it will give it away.
So just got confirmation the Lewis County and Russell baseball game will be rescheduled for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was told. I talked with Coach Travis Wallingford earlier today, and he said that's the goal is they're going to play it tomorrow. There goes the runner. Pitch right down the pipe. A called strike. Shore's going to take second base without a throw. So that moves the runner in scoring position for Bloss, but 2 down in the inning.
So we look down the US 23, some heavy clouds look like they're rolling in.
They're across the river. We got the dome on tonight.
Yeah, we got the dome on. And
the Hoofy Dome. That's what we always called it when I coached here, yeah.
Philip down there might get a little wet, but.
0-2 pitch down the line. This is trouble if it stays fair, and it's going to go foul. Trey Mills down there pointing. He was trying to bend that ball in. Just could not get it to hook in.
So me and Trey Collier over here were talking on our way over here. I said, what would happen if a ball hit fair and got into that corner but didn't go into the bullpen? What would that be called? Because the bullpen is open and it's not shut off.
Yeah, so if it's down in the corner, it's live.
It is
live. Has to go past the line that goes into the bullpen before it becomes a dead ball. That's a foul ball.
That almost went fair.
Yeah, that almost went fair. There's an old video. Check this out. I believe we got this one on the Ison's Card and Collectibles Instant Replay. This is a nice catch here from our producer. Come on, Mr. Bloss, take that bat down. But there was a guy that was like, this is when you know you're just having a bad day. And he's up there, and he's like in an 0 for 30 slump, and he gets a ball off his bat, and it goes fair.
Well, almost had a situation like that yesterday in the Russell and Lewis County game, as there was a called strike 3, but I'll finish this story when we return.
Okay. Bloss goes down looking. We're through 2-0 Rams. Back after this on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
Top of the 3rd inning. We need to get this game moving. It's coming. I'll just pull the radar up, and I mean, Megalodon is coming this direction.
So, back to the story. Bases were loaded with the tying run standing at second base. The ball hits the bat and bounces fair. The catcher fields it, steps on home plate, and throws the first to end the game on a double play. And that would be a sorry way to end the game.
Yeah, that would just, I mean, that's a gut punch. So back to the top of the order for the Musketeers. Hatfield, Gammon, and Logan, the three that'll go. Mr. Sunshine in the house. I knew I saw that down there somewhere. J.K. McKnight tuning in or watching the game live here this evening. Hatfield walked his first time up. He fouls the first pitch off. 0-1. Listen, I am still in awe from Ben Ball. I don't want to say that I'm off guard because I totally expected that from him, but that was just impressive. Not only did he give me the names, he also threw in another nugget from one of the guys in that grouping as well, which was very impressive. Not a lot of people would know that. That ball hit Hatfield. He's not going to take his ball or base and hit him in the sleeve. 2-1. Those cotton candy gloves on his hands. Chopper over to Shore on the second hop. He'll take it and take the first down of the inning.
Probably should have taken the hit by pitch. Believe in 2-run ball game, I would take.
I'll take anything I can get on. I mean, I'm telling you that it didn't get him a lot, but it did get his sleeve. All right, Casey Gammon comes in, a strikeout victim, his first time through today. Gammon chops this one down the third base side and foul. Steve didn't even move. He's just like, here, I'll take a step back. He and Greg are the same. I mean, they're the same demeanor.
I remember when districts were here. Well, the last time districts were here.
Yeah.
Greg was standing over there coaching third, and I believe it was Hunter Clevenger turned on one
and
hit one.
And about killed him.
But he didn't move.
He didn't move, but it about killed him. Yes, it did. I remember that one. I was calling that game. No balls and 2 strikes to Casey Gammon. He is getting very sticky outside. Tries a slider down and away. You always hear that calm before the storm. Last night, Gammon 0 for 3. Musketeers pushed out only 4 hits in that loss. Gammon worked 4 innings, giving up 10 hits, 7 runs, all earned. Works the count back to 2-2. That's probably the most touched up he's got this year.
That's his worst outing.
Raceland jumped on him early.
And it's kind of impressive because he's been thrown to the fire against all the top teams that they've played.
Yes.
I mean, pitched against Boyd County earlier in the year. I believe Greenup County is one of their 3 losses.
Yes.
So
2-2 moves him off the plate. Count it goes to full.
It's a really good pitch there. You know, kind of get Gammon to freeze, maybe get the call, but 2-2 kind of got a pitch to work with there. That's when you just got to battle if you're Thacker out there on the mound.
Try to work that fastball away, and Gammon will spit on it, get another one.
If I were Thacker, I'd go right back to it, maybe just a little bit more up.
I was going to say, I would climb the ladder right here if I was anything. Another payoff pitch, and that one goes behind him.
And Casey, Mr. Gammon gives a little stick of the tongue out to the dugout as he went Matrix and got out of the way of that one.
You know Matrix?
Yeah, I know Matrix.
You know Matrix, and you've never watched Major League?
I just know the Matrix from the bending and all that stuff.
I'm done with you. I am so done with you. So Ty Logan will walk up and have a word with his dad as we've got one out here in the third. A sticky evening that has –
we're going to get a little bit wet.
Yeah, we're going to get wet here in a little bit. I might have made a bad choice moving the stuff outside.
But the good thing is it won't get washed away.
No, we won't get washed out. That's the one thing about here is there's no washing this out.
Unless there is thunder.
Yeah, thunder or lightning. That's the only thing that'll stop us here. '51st pitch of the ball game for Thacker. Struggling on command tonight. Only 45% has been for strikes. Gammon with good speed over at first base. Musketeers down 2-0 here in the top of the third. 1-0 pitch lifted skyward. That'll bend out of play over on the third base side.
There's the glass.
I love the glass breakage. They do a good job of the atmosphere here at Raceland. There are a couple of students doing the announcing and the music and stuff. So, but I got both of those knuckleheads in class here. So, I mean, they fit the role perfect. Brody does a great job with the announcing and stuff. So, I'm hoping to snag him into my media class next year. Long pause by Thacker. He'll check the runner back over, easily back in.
A lot of times with the long pause, they're either going to pick over or just step off. You see that a lot, especially with Raceland. And hit and run count with 1-1. So expect maybe some motion by Gammon as he stays put.
Logan does everything he has to get out of the way of that one, and somehow it misses him.
He's had some trouble with his ankles the past few games. Down at Greenup when they played Russell, took a line drive off of the ankle, had to be helped off the field.
Yeah, I was talking with Steve about that earlier.
But tough kid.
2-1, there goes the runner. This one's flared into right, and a hit and run to perfection. Cold Iron comes up and fires it toward third. They'll fire back in behind the runner, but he gets back in underneath the tag. But the Musketeers in business here in the third. They've got him at the corners with one away. And Ty Logan comes through on the hit and run with perfection.
I guess the hit and run just a pitch too late.
And that's going to get some action up in the Rams bullpen as Briar Parsons hustles down there with his catcher.
We need bullpen cameras. We'll get that.
We're working on it. We'll get them. So we'll get a visit to the mound by the Rams pitching coach, Chris Hughes. One down here in the third. Greenup has had base runners on every inning. They left 2 in the first, 2 more in the second. Now they've got them at the corners here, trailing 2-0 in the third. And the good part of your order, Gavin Roy with an opportunity to help his own cause here. Luke Boggs in the on-deck circle.
If you're Roy here, you don't want anything on the ground to develop the inning double play.
And that's the thing, is you put it in the infield more than times than not. This Rams, they're going to flip it.
Yeah.
They're going to flip it around.
So you want something either.
You want it in the air to the outfield again. Give Gammon a chance to tag. I think right now that unless it's just a really short fly ball, any ball to the outfield, Gammon's going to try to tag.
Yeah.
So Thacker's going to stay from the stretch with runners at first and third. Let's see if Greenup tries to do a first and third here. Roy, a big opportunity here to help his own cause. Went over 3 last night with a strikeout. Thacker studies that wristband, has the one he likes as he'll come set up at the chest. Slide steps to the plate and a called strike.
For Thacker, you want to try to live in the bottom half of the zone just so.
Yeah, you're trying to induce a ground ball here. Logan leaking away from first base a little more. Thacker the long pause. First to third, it's dug out of the turf nicely by Shore. And Gammon had already taken a half step toward home when he saw the ball go down in the turf. Any ball that kicked away from Shore, he was going to try to go 90 feet and get the first run across for the Musketeers. Another first to third, or third to first move, excuse me.
See a lot of teams do that as far as on first and third, but I never understand. The pitchers never sell it. So they're never going to get anybody. You got to really sell that leg kick like you're actually going to go to the plate.
The only person
I
I could
cross that 45-degree angle.
Only person I could ever think of in my coaching career that did a third to first and actually was successful to it is sitting 2 people down from me. Was my son. It was so bad. We were at a game one time playing against a team, and the coach yelled, "Watch his third to first move." Told him that twice. He picked off 2 runners that game. Both of them on third to first moves. And it was just, he made that step toward third, and he would get that runner to break towards second base. And it was just look, throw, pick off, runner out. And again, it's they don't sell the move toward third because they're trying to go back to first so quick.
Yeah.
This one's hit through the hole. Ison can't get there. It's going to be a seeing eye single and an RBI one at that. Roy pushes across the first run for the ball game for the Musketeers, and it's 2-1.
Roy made a liar out of us, saying don't hit a ball on the ground.
Well, if you're going to hit it, you hit it right where you hit it to.
Right back deep in the 6 hole. That one probably would have been an impossible turn.
Yeah, if he could have just kept that ball in the infield, that was going to be the only thing. But either way, it was still going to be a run because it was a contact play for Gammon. So Luke Bogg steps in 0 for 1. Strikeout victim his first time through. He went 0 for 3 last night down in Lloyd. 2 on, 1 out. Musketeers trailing at 2-1. All of a sudden, things getting tense here at the ballpark as Thacker slings this one wide. .46% strikes. And he's been about constant. He's 18, 20, and 20 in his pitches thrown. 58 total. Big swing and a miss. Count evens at 1-1. Logan out at second. Roy being ran for over at first by Wireman for the courtesy runner for the pitcher.
Did not catch that. Making sure we had our numbers right on the scoreboard with the hits and errors and all that stuff. So
you can see the sky starting to darken behind us to the Lloyd side of things a little bit. You're starting to see the cameras darken up a little bit too. We start off a little bit bright. Now we're a little bit dark.
Yeah, we'll run out there in between innings
and
get that fixed.
Throw that baby back on auto.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It doesn't move, so it doesn't get as much effect as the camera on the field does. Tries to sneak that one in there inside, misses 2-2. This game almost an hour long. We're in the top of the third inning. Checking the runner back at second base. Logan back in easily.
Listen, nothing beats me and Trey at KCU, the doubleheader we had against, I believe it was St. Andrews. The 7-inning game took longer than the 9-inning game.
Yes.
The 9-inning game took about 2 hours and 40 minutes. The 7-inning game took like 3 hours and 10 to 15.
This is all kinds of trouble. Is this going to be a dribbler in the infield that'll kick past Thacker? Everybody's going to be safe on the infield single, and the bases are juiced for the Musketeers here in the visiting third. Thacker just trying to get his glove out there and do something with it. He had really no play even if he did knock it down, and that may be all she wrote for him as here comes Marty Mills to the mound. And that's going to be a call to the bullpen as the night is finished for Connor Thacker. He's going to hand the ball off to Briar Parsons. We'll break it down when we return after this bullpen call for the Rams on Kool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return,
refresh,
refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Call to the bullpen for the Rams as the junior right-hander Briar Parsons will make his 10th appearance on the season. He comes in with a 4-0 record, a 2.04 ERA. 24 innings of work, 17 hits, 18 strikeouts, 17 walks. He's given up only 12 runs on the season. 7 of those have been earned. He's going to inherit the bases full with only 1 out. And a 2-1 ball game. So Logan over at third, Wireman out at second, Boggs at first. And Briar Parsons, who did work over the weekend down in Owensboro, he threw in the 11-1 loss to Owensboro Catholic in the semifinals. He came in and worked 2 1/3 innings of relief. Gave up 2 hits, no runs, struck out 2 and walked a batter through 40 pitches. So a spot guy for this Rams team, one of the 4 seniors on this year's squad. And just a guy, he's a pitcher only. That's his MO. He comes in and tries to go to work, and he's going to have to do something big here and trying to keep the Rams in front here in a 2-1 ball game. So Brody Howard steps in, 1 for 1. He hammered a ball into center his first time through this evening. And chases a pitch down and away for a ball 0-1. Pillows covered in Musketeers. 1 down here in the third. Trailing 2-1. Change up down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lights coming on here at the ballpark. Impeding weather starting its direction this way, coming out of kind of down the Louisville area. Looking like on the radar probably somewhere around the 8:15, 8:30 era. Could probably turn this into a delay if not stopping it, depending on how far into the ball game we've gotten. 2-1 pitch. Chopped foul at the plate, 2-2. How big would a strikeout be here? Parsons from the belt. This one's chopped over toward third. It's going to find its way through. Everybody's going to be safe. It's going to be an infield single, and we're tied at 2. Bloss tried to get to it, could not do so. Eisen keeps it on the infield, but the Musketeers just hitting it where the Rams aren't. And back-to-back RBI singles in the infield, and we're even at 2 apiece here in the third. Steve Logan out to have a word with Jeff Atkins. I know exactly what that conversation is. He's talking about the pace of Parsons as he's going to the plate, because I caught it too as he started, and you can see his motion right there. There was a couple of times there that did not, he was flirting with a balk of trying to get it going a little too quick. So Wireman over to third. Boggs at second. Howard with his second hit of the ball game. Moves over to first base. And an opportunity for the Musketeers to surge ahead here in a 2-2 ball game. This one's fouled straight back into the netting. Musketeers back in action Thursday. They'll bring Huntington in. Game scheduled for 6 o'clock. 0-1 pitch fouled away. Rams will entertain Harrison County in a twin bill on Saturday. Game 1 scheduled at 11, Game 2 to follow. Again, Reds Hall of Famer George Foster will be in attendance. He'll be down at Ison's Cards and Collectibles Saturday morning signing autographs. And he's going to come over here. Here's Shore. A diving play over at first base will get the out, but it will be a productive one, and it'll bring home the go-ahead run and make it 3-2 Musketeers here in the third. Heck of a play there by Shore to get on his belly, recover, and get the out. So 2 down in the inning now, and Cam Underwood steps back in. Nice pitch, called strike.
A lot of production by the bottom half of this Musketeer lineup. I believe it was Howard who had their first base hit of the ball game, right?
It was. Him and Underwood both with those singles back in the second. Fans on that one, 0-2. Three-run inning for the Musketeers, who lead it 3-2. That one stays upstairs. Good pitch by Parsons. The book is still open on Thacker, who moves out to play left field now as he takes over for Aiden Schaefer, as the runner at third base still belongs to him. 3-2 Musketeers here in the visiting third. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Underwood. Lifted weakly in the infield. Pennington and Ison will fight for it. Ison will call it off. A basket catch will end the inning. But the Musketeers dent the scoreboard for 3. They take a 3-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the third when we return after this on Kool TV.
JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. is owned and managed by Shane Wallingford to be a solutions provider for manufacturers tailoring to their specialized needs. It was created with the vision that good communication among all parties will provide the best answer to the problem. From ball mills used in pulverization to custom design of equipment or components, JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. will gladly work with clients to resolve the issues that are prevalent. Their vision is to make your project their successful business. JSB Industrial Solutions, Tollsboro, Kentucky.
Since 1932, we've been a proud part of Kentucky, dedicated to serving our members with integrity, respect, and a commitment to excellence. We believe that by working together, we can create a brighter future for everyone. Whether you're saving for a new home, planning for retirement, or starting your own business, we're here to help you every step of the way. So stop wishing and start doing. And let's build a financially successful future together. Thank you for being a part of our journey.
Go to the bottom of the third inning, 3, 4, and 5 to up this inning for Raceland after Greenup takes a 3-2 lead with 3 runs across at the bottom of in the top of the third inning. 6 hits for the Musketeers, only 1 for the Rams. And again, it's kind of they scattered those hits in the first and second inning, and then finally just hit them where they ain't. That's the old saying in baseball, and that's exactly what they did there in the third. 2 infield singles played to the first 2 runs of the ball game, and then a sharply hit ball over to the first base side, and Shore smothered that one and probably kept it at a 1-run deficit instead of 2 or 3.
Yeah, so some baseball history for you, but you might not like it. The Yankees.
I can already see it. I'm done.
Make home run history. They're the first team to hit 3 straight homers to start a game twice in a season.
It's because they're using those illegal bats. Connor Thacker 0 for 1 steps in. Popped out to shortstop his first time through. It'll be interesting to see how Roy attacks the lineup the second time through in this thing. One-0 pitch fouled away. 1-1. Yankees roughing up the Orioles. 6-0 right now up in Baltimore. The Orioles this year I think has been one of the biggest disappointments in Major League Baseball.
Yeah. Greatest young talents. 2 of the greatest young talents.
Yeah.
In the game. And
they just, laying an egg.
Yeah. But it's early.
Phillies lead the Nationals 2-0 top of the third up in Philadelphia. Cubs Pirates even at 2, or scoreless in the bottom of the second inning. This one's out of play.
That's why they play 162 games.
Royals lead the Rays 1-0 down in St. Pete. Red Sox an early 2-0 lead over the Blue Jays up in Toronto. Diamondbacks Mets scoreless, and that's the only games that we currently have going on. Brewers White Sox back ready to get ready up at Chicago. That one goes downstairs and the count goes full.
My Red Legs were postponed today.
Yeah, postponed. They'll play tomorrow against the Cardinals. All the other games, the Guardians and Twins, still a delayed start in their contest, waiting to get going up in Cleveland. Payoff pitch, inside, ball 4, and a leadoff walk to Connor Thacker. Roy with 5 free passes in this ball game. And now Eli Lynn steps in, 0 for 1. Popped out to the pitcher, trying to go on a hit and run his first time through. So the final line on Thacker, he goes 2 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Struck out 2, walked 2. Before handing the ball off to Briar Parsons, who got the Rams out of that inning and kept it at a sizable deficit now, trailing 3-2 after going out to an early 2-0 lead in the first. First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1. Right-hander set. Slings that one downstairs. I got to see Roy before the ball game, and I had a chance to really stand up next to him. He's a tall kid. I'd say he's 6'5", 6'6".
Pretty close.
I mean, I'm 6'4". Yeah, I'm 6'4", and I walked in and looked, and I was like, man, that's a tall dude.
His sister's a tall one, too.
Yeah, and he gets down the hill, too. I mean, that's one of the things. He strides out. He gets downhill.
Uses his size to his advantage.
There goes the runner, breaking ball. Here's the throw down to second base, and Thacker's going to sneak in on the backside for the stolen base.
Good throw there by Alexander. One hop. Kind of what you want to teach on turf is to just hit it about 10 to 15 feet behind the pitcher's mound and let your shortstop be down there to make the grab, slap the tag down.
Lynn hammers this one to left. Robinson turning, and that one's over top of his head and up against the wall. Thacker's going to come around and tie this ball game up. Eli Lynn, he's going to stop at second base. He doesn't run past second. His 10th double of the season. It's an RBI double for the senior, and we're even at 3 here in the third.
There's Mr. Double himself.
Double trouble. He smoked that one over top of the left fielder, and he'll trade places with Thacker. We'll get a courtesy runner for him out at second base, as that's Bryden Bush that'll come on to run for him. So Davidson a walk his first time through. Rams have evened things up here at 3. Davidson shows bunt, and he'll look this one into the turf for a ball 1-0. I was going to ask you earlier, there was another movie that came up. Justin Beek put this in there, but Justin, I wasn't ignoring you. I just never got a chance to get to this. Have you seen The Scout?
The Scout. Tell me what it's about.
That one I will say, I have not seen that one.
I haven't seen it.
I have not seen that movie. Justin, I know you're probably hating on me right now, but here's a bunt back to the pitcher. Nicely fielded there by Roy. Bush throws out at second base, trying to make certain that it wasn't a line drive catch. So the sacrifice does not move the runners. And there's one down in the inning and still a runner out at second base. And again, that's where where he gets downhill so much that he can get back to where he doesn't, have to go so far off the bump. A lot of times that ball probably gets down with ease. Yeah, Justin just texted me and said, what? I haven't seen The Scout. I'm sorry.
Now we both have homework.
But I mean.
Teacher having homework. That's kind of weird.
I don't get it. Some of the ones for you, though, I'm at a loss.
So which ones do I got to watch Major League? I think I started Major League, but I didn't finish it.
Here's a flare over top of the glove of Gammon. That one's into the gap and all the way out to the wall. Ison's on his horse. He's going to motor in out at second base with a stand-up RBI double. And the Rams take the lead now 4-3.
That shows the youth experience on turf. Turf, you kind of want to play back for those gap shots like that. Give yourself time, because you can always run in on a ball. But it's hard to get back in a gap as an outfielder on turf, because it's just going to keep rolling if it gets down.
Yeah, he gets down. It's going to scoot quickly.
Especially ball hit that hard.
So Michael Pennington steps in 0 for 1. Strikeout looking to end the inning his first time through. He's called for a strike. It was a 1994 film. Justin sending me the trailer for it. I'll have to look it up. The 0-1. Athens a called strike, 0-2. There was a movie I watched as a kid. It's called Tiger Town. And it was about the Detroit Tigers. And this was when it was on VHS. I bet I wore a VHS tape in half watching that movie over and over. 0-2 pitch fouled away.
See, I've seen The Sandlot.
Yeah, of course everybody's seen The Sandlot. I didn't want to bring it up. I mean, it's a given.
I'm
sure you've seen bench warmers.
Yes. Oh, I love bench warmers.
Yeah, of course you would. That's why I asked him that one.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, 2. That one stays upstairs. You've never seen Angels in the Outfield? It's an okay movie.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's got a lot of Disney theatrics to it, so it kind of takes away from the element of baseball.
Yeah.
But it's
Kinda
not
like Field of Dreams.
Yeah, it's not a bad flick. No, it's not. It's not close to Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams is a whole different world. Hard hit ball down the line. That's a base hit. That one's all the way down into the corner. Pennington on his horse. He's going to trade places with Eisen. It's going to be back-to-back RBI doubles, and the Rams take a 5-3 lead here in the third.
Well, there answers mine and Trey's question if it gets down in that corner.
That didn't quite get all the way into that corner. Johnson did a great job hustling down there and getting to that one before it rattled down in that kind of dead zone. But Michael Pennington smokes that one down in the corner, and that's going to bring a visit to the mound by the Musketeers pitching coach. So 3 doubles for the Rams here in the frame. Back-to-back RBI doubles. And this is where we have to start talking because of this song right here, because we can't let this song make it across our broadcast. Again, going back to Major League, the funny thing about Pedro Serrano, okay, that's the Allstate guy. So you when you watch Major League and then you see Pedro Serrano and then you see the Allstate commercials and you see him talking about that, it's like, that's not the same guy. Yeah, it is. The Bad News Bears, if you get a chance to watch Bad News Bears and Breaking Trading, that's where you'll see the true Kelly Leak. Now, Bad News Bears with Billy Bob Thornton, that's a little bit different of a show. But the really cool thing, Bad News Bears and Breaking Trading, they actually go play the game and they film the game in the Astrodome. So they were actually there during a game, and they went in and did it during the game there in the Astrodome. So they had all the crowd there and the players and stuff. Bob Watson was playing for the Astros at the time. I know you don't have a clue who Bob Watson is. He also played for the Braves. But he was there, and they started thinking, hey, let the kids play. And that's kind of where that all started from. So pitch up and in for Kate Coldiron. He's 0 for 1. So 3 runs answered for the Rams here in the third after Greenup put 3 up in the top half of this inning, and the Rams are back in front 5-3.
Johnson out in right field. He's one of those football players turned to a baseball player because he originally wasn't going to come out, and then a bunch of the guys were like kind of bugged him into coming out and playing. I think there's 2 for sure that I know of, football players that are on the team.
Gotcha.
One of them doesn't play, but
Coldiron ahead now 2-1 after the swing and a miss. Here's another one. I thought I said this in the list. Maybe I did. Little Big League.
You got to tell me the plot. I can't remember names.
So the kid who takes over control of the team is the manager from his grandpa. 2-1 in the turf. It's with the Minnesota Twins.
Trying to think. I don't think
if you've never seen that one, that is Justin, I'm glad you brought that one up. I thought I said that one earlier when I was talking about Rookie of the Year. Maybe I did. That's a great flick. It is a very good movie.
So I'm gonna have to spend at least 7 hours.
Yeah, I've got about 7 or 8 movies lined up for you. Your weekend's taken care of. You're not allowed to do another game until you get that one. 3-1 pitch lifted skyward in the infield. Coming across the line is Roy in foul territory. He'll make the catch. 2 down in the inning.
Pitchers are athletes too.
Yeah, supposed to be called off on that play. He is not supposed to make that catch. That's your third baseman or your catcher supposed to do that one.
Spent the summer with Roy. My brother played travel ball with him, and Alexander, who's behind the dish, and I think Ty Logan. They spent the summer playing travel ball together, so a lot of weekends in Columbus and Ohio. Over the summer we spent together.
Gunnar Smith chops this one through the whole left side, base hit. Pennington's going to slam on the brakes over at third base. It's a 2-out single for Gunnar Smith, and that'll roll the lineup back to the top of the order in the big hitting first baseman of Caden Shore. Nice piece of hitting there by the Rams center fielder as all of a sudden after the Rams had only 1 hit in the ball game coming in, they've played it up 5 total. And I think we're going to get a call to the bullpen here in the third inning for the Musketeers as Steve Logan is making his way to the bump. He'll hand the baseball off to his skipper. Now let's see if Gavin Roy can fence himself a position on the bump. He's not. Called to the bullpen for the Musketeers. They're going to bring in the left fielder of Robinson. We'll break it down when we return after this on Kool TV.
Kentucky Christian University is a private, nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. For over a century, KCU has been transforming the hearts and minds of students through a Christ-centered academic community that is both academically rigorous and intimately personal. Begin the journey to the career of your dreams today at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family, because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Wrong number in.
Call to the bullpen for the Musketeers as the left-handed throwing Kyler Robinson will come on as he'll replace Gavin Roy on the bump.
This will be his 7th appearance, 1-1 record, a 3-flat ERA, 11 2/3, 7 hits, 11 walks, so a walking inning. 7 strikeouts, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. Freshman on the mound. Got some decent life for his.
Yeah, is it watching him warm up here? His ball really jumps.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's due to his size. Like, he's a bigger
very
kid.
long, lanky kid. You know what? I mean, he comes down the hill when he turns loose of this one. So 2 runners on, runners at the corners. Pennington at third, Smith at first. And Caden Shore, 1 for 1, smashed a solo shot in the second pitch he saw in the ball game. Deep into the playground out in right field.
We'll see. Robinson's going to be tested here.
And again, this is it for the Rams here. Do you send the runner and leave first base unoccupied for them to pitch around Shore? That one's going to kick away. That's going to bring both runners 90 feet. Smith's going to take a hard turn out at second base. The wild pitch gets past, and it's 6-3 Rams. Well, never mind.
There's your answer.
But the question to that first answer was, no, Smith did not take off, and typically he would. But in that situation, again, you don't want to leave first base unoccupied because then you can say, okay, go put Shore on. You don't want to take the bat out of his hands right now. Nice pitch at the knees for a call strikeout or half. 1-1. This has been a crazy ball game. I mean, it has seemed like that Raceland was in control. Greenup County then all of a sudden spun things around and felt like that, it was like they had 6 hits and it was a quiet 6. And then all of a sudden you look up and here come the Rams, and they push across 4 runs here in the inning and take a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, this will be the tale of 2 games. We thought it was going to be slow, low scoring, but then both teams kind of found their footing on offense, and that's just a really good read there by Smith.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Caden Shore just took him away. Smith just stole third base. He was at third base when the ball got to the plate, and Shore swings and fouls that one off. And unfortunately for Smith, he's got to go back to second. He was at third base by the time the ball got to the catcher. And Shore swung so hard, he swung his wristband card out of his pocket. So 2's wild across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at second base. 4 across here in the inning. Rams lead at 6-3. And Shore asking for time, and he'll be granted.
See if you're Robinson there, just let it go.
Yeah, don't hold up. Turn that baby loose. I don't care where you throw it. Throw it over the backstop.
Yeah, hit 23. Hit the cars up here in 23 if you can.
Here's the 2-2. Hard hit ball out into right, and that one's going to tumble in for a base hit. Smith will come to the plate and score. It's going to be an RBI single for Shore, and it's 7-3. Nice piece of hitting there by the senior first baseman. So Shore 2 for 2 now with 2 runs driven in. He's been on base all 3 times today. He's also had a walk. So now Landon Bloss climbs in 0 for 1. Caught looking to in his last at-bat. And this is a different look you get when you get a southpaw on the bump. Again, they can make that move. You've still got that 45. And I lost when I was still coaching. I lost my mind on Bobby Coons out here one night because we were playing Bath County and their pitcher was phenomenal. I mean, he had a great move anyways. He didn't need any more help. And he was stepping into the first base dugout when he was throw to first base. And I went out and I argued with Bobby. I was like, look, he's not going to the 45. And he goes, well, I can't see it. And he was standing backwards. I said, then move. I can't help it that you're old and you can't be in position. I said, but move. I said, because this guy's killing us. I mean, he had a fastball that was in the mid-80s. Here's a ball up. Shore's going to have to hustle, and they got him. Nice throw there by Alexander as Shore got cut down out at second base. But the Rams played 5 1/3. We're through 3, 7-3. They lead it. Back after this on Kool TV.
Baseball and softball seasons are here, and Grayson Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop for everything from bats and gloves to helmets and accessories. No matter the age, Grayson Sporting Goods has the size to get your favorite star ready to hit the field. Grayson Sporting Goods also offers a full selection of East and West Carter team gear with custom printing and embroidery available on many items. Stop by Grayson Sporting Goods, located on Main Street in downtown Grayson, proudly serving Carter County and surrounding counties since 1975.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
That's why we hand stuff every Epic Stuffed Crust with a whole lot of flavor.
And we always start with our fresh, never frozen dough.
We never stop exploring new flavors of stuff in our crust. And just wait until you see what we're cooking up next.
The new cheesy calzone Epic Stuffed Crust, hand stuffed with a blend of garlic herb ricotta and mozzarella. Because no one stuffs a crust like Papa John's.
Top of the 4th inning, 7-3 Raceland leads this one. Due up this inning for the Musketeers, 9 in the top, Robinson, Hatfield, and Gammon. Close the book on Gavin Roy. He goes 2 2/3 innings. 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. Struck out 3, walked 5.
I forgot to. I've tried to yell up here too.
So Robinson steps in 0 for 1. Grounded into a fielder's choice to end the inning his first time through today. Parsons' first pitch misses wide for a ball. Both teams now with 6 hits in the contest. Greenup County with that one error that played to the second run of the ball game for the Rams back in the first.
Back and forth affair. Well, kind of. Huge answer by the Rams.
Yeah, you give up 3 and you come back and answer with 5.
Yeah.
That's what good ball teams do. I think a lot of people probably looking at the 16th region right now, it's probably a 2-horse race with Raceland and Boyd as your front runners. Not to say that there's not other teams out there that can do damage, but I think those are your clear-cut favorites at the top for the 16th this season. Boyd County just picking up a 2A win, 2A state championship win over the weekend.
They got a really good sophomore pitcher in
Grant Slater. Here's a chopper foul. You got to look at Rowan County and obviously Jason Eagles. He's a little fiery kid that he's going to be touching mid-80s. Fire, fills it up, throws strikes.
I believe this might be the most open the region has been.
I think so too. Yeah,
favorite in a long time.
1-2 pitch down in the turf, 2-2. And you've got some other teams out there that are sneaky. That
this
Greenup team, Fairview's a team that I think you could see that possibly make a run into the region this year. They're going to play Ashland in that game. 2-2 pitch, skied out to right field. Cold Iron on his horse, and that one's up against the fence. And Kyler Robinson's going to slide in with a leadoff double. Warning track power for Robinson, but he just about crane kicked that one out of here for a long ball, but instead it's a double. And the Musketeers with stuff rolling here to start the fourth.
Almost had Pete Rose head first slide into second base. He loaded up like he was just going to jump on it and then got down.
You do know who Pete Rose is, right?
Yes, I do know.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Obviously, he's a Red.
Well, now, wait a minute. You can't use that excuse. I'm going to burn you with that one here in just a second. Here's Hatfield that tries to bunt this one down the line. Foul.
That one might have got in the Greenup County dugout.
As long as it didn't hit our camera. That poor camera over there's had better days. It has taken a beating in this last month. Rain actually got knocked off the post, and Bob McGlone from Lewis County put it back up in the game. And all of a sudden our camera came back up, and we thought it would just needed to be reset. No, Bob fixed it for us.
Bob the Builder.
Here's the 0-1. Lifted skyward. Land down the line, makes the catch. Nice play there, calling off the pitcher as he's supposed to. One down here in the fourth.
It's a tough play as a catcher.
It is, because that's a ball that is drifting away from him going up the line. And the thing I liked about it the most, he cleared that mask and got up, and he immediately took charge.
Yeah.
You know, don't allow your pitcher to come in there and then you two get together. Really did a good job there of taking charge. And that's something Lynn does a good job from behind the plate. So Casey Gammon comes in 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Misses downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Hey, first time with us here on the channel tonight, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up if you see something you like. Hit that bell each time we put out new material. We'll send it to your mobile device. That one's downstairs for a ball. Hey, I want to give a shout-out. And, again, I haven't just overlooked this because I've not been over on the chat box. But Kevin Martz, watching from Portsmouth, Greenup class of 1975. I just flipped over and saw this. Sorry, guy, that I missed your messages there. 2-0 pitch, upstairs, ball 3. Kevin, he tunes in a lot of our broadcasts. I see him in the chat box a lot. I've been over on my text messages and had moved off of that, and I don't want to feel like I'm ignoring you. That's totally on me. So,
got another movie from Chad Carroll, Bull Durham.
Oh yeah, great movie. I know you've not seen that one.
I've seen the trailer for it though.
Yeah,
I haven't seen.
You got to be over 18 to watch Bull Durham.
Hey, I'm there.
3-1.
There by a couple years. Might not look it, but it might not sound.
Hey, you don't look a day past 14. You're starting to get a little facial hair on you there. That looks a little bit better.
I've had the facial hair for a couple years.
3-1 misses upstairs, ball 4. There's 2 on.
It's finally starting to fill out. Not the patchy anymore. You know, I started growing this beard because people said I looked younger than my brother. So.
Yeah, but your brother's got a better beard than you do, and he's a senior in high school.
Yeah, but it's okay. I still kind of look older than him. Or we look more like twins now.
Yeah, you do look like twins. I will say that. Ty Logan in, 1 for 2. Single to right his last time up. He's got 2 on with 1 out. Changeup grabs the outer half for a called strike, 0-1. Brian Fletcher also in tonight. Watching along. 91 16th region champs out of Boyd County. 0-1 pitch. That one runs inside and hits him.
Baseballs must not like Ty Logan this week.
There's some players that are just magnets for balls. I remember it's like, there's always a player that you had coaching going up or that just the ball found them. And, it's one of those deals. That ball finds that kid more times than not. So after the Rams put themselves back out in front by 4 for their largest lead of the ball game, all of a sudden they put themselves right into a jam now with the bases full and 1 out, and Gavin Roy to the plate. Roy 1 for 1, hit by a pitch, had a run driven in with a single that snuck its way through into left last time up. And the first pitch offered to him misses for a ball. Robinson out at third with that leadoff double. Gammon walked, and then Logan hit by a pitch.
I believe we got
Caden Smith heading down to the bullpen to warm up for the Rams. This ball's hit high to right. This one's trouble coming on, and trying to make the catch was Pennington. Nobody gets there. It's going to fall fair. 1 run's going to come home and score, and it's 7-4. They got the marriage circle out there in right field, the circle of no communication. 3 players get into the Bermuda Triangle and nobody can make the play. Cold Iron, Pennington, and Shore. And that was just a tweener is what that's called. A towering fly ball that falls in.
There's 3 of those triangles. Actually, there's 4.
So Roy puts home his second hit of the ball game, driving in his second run of the contest. And now Luke Bogg steps in.
But half of them are for fly balls, and it's behind first and third base.
Yeah.
And the other are for ground balls, and it's same side, but past the pitcher's mound.
One misses downstairs, 1-1. You talk about Luke Boggs. This is a guy that is the younger brother of another Boggs that played at Greenup County.
Firecracker.
That was, I mean, just a total polar opposite of what he is. Wearing the same number is the crazy part. Here's a flare out to second base. A nice play by Pennington. They try to double him up. They can't. Short trying to hang his foot on the base over at second base. Marty Mills is going to come out and have a word on it. Take a look at this one on your Ison's Cards and Collectibles instant replay.
And Marty might have a point here.
He's going to ask for some help from home plate is what he's going to do here.
Because from here, it looked like Shore kept his right foot on the bag.
And it was on the back of the bag, and that's the problem is for Merritt what it is, and they very quickly say no. So either way, what a play there by Michael Pennington.
Saved 2 runs.
Absolutely. So there's 2 outs of the inning now. And Brody Howard comes in. Howard 2 for 2 today with an RBI. Pitch stays upstairs for a ball. Base is still covered up. 1 across here in the inning as Raceland leads it now 7-4. This one's chopped foul over on the third base side. Count goes to 1-1. We'll take another look at our Kool Sports Trivia question in the bottom of the inning, and we'll do our answer coming up in the top of the 5th. If you haven't got a chance to get in, still opportunities. We got a bonus question out there as well. We'll throw that back out there. It's already been crushed, though. Ben Ball took that one deep. No batting gloves, wood bat, bad knees. And this hammers through the left side and into left field, a base hit. Everybody will go station to station. It's a 2-out RBI single for Brody Howard, his 3rd hit of the ball game, and the lead is down to 2. Howard coming into this ball game was batting a lowly .207. He doesn't look it tonight.
He looks like a 500 hitter tonight.
Absolutely. So now Colin Alexander comes in, 0 for 2. Smashed one to Shore over at first base that plated a run that gave Greenup a 3-2 lead back in the 3rd. So Logan at 3rd, Roy out at 2nd, Howard over at 1st. 2 down in the 4th. 2 across for the Musketeers. They trail it by 2. And the changeup misses up and away for a ball, 1-0. Scores around the bigs. Yankees have continued to pile on the Orioles. 9-0. They are throwing a no-no into the bottom of the 4th inning. I'm going to go ahead and say it, trying to break it up. I'm just trying to jinx it. Cubs lead the Pirates still 2-0. That game in the bottom of the 4th up in Pittsburgh. Phillies have added to their lead, now 3-0 after 4 in Philadelphia. Royals up 2-0 over the Rays. That game headed to the bottom of the 3rd. Red Sox added 2 more to their lead over the Blue Jays, 4-0 up in Toronto. 2-0 pitch. Nice pitch there at the knees for a called strike, 2-1. Jaron Duran started the ball game with a solo shot, and then Alex Bregman goes Taco Yakpo for his home run. And you look at what Bregman has brought to the table for the Red Sox. He has filled some major voids. That is without a doubt. And that one right there caught our home plate umpire, and that one smarts. Caught him on the arm.
And that one doesn't feel very good.
No, and it's one of those deals where you, as a home plate umpire, as a catcher, it does not matter where you have. If you do not have padding, the ball finds it. One of the worst ones I ever remember taking behind the plate was right between where my shoulder cup and my chest protector came together. There was a seam, and I had a ball hit me. I thought it broke my collarbone. Oh, I mean, it was straight off the bat, never touched the catcher's glove, straight off my shoulder, and I just stood there. I refused to move. I'm like, I'm not taking my mask off either because I might be crying. I'm just gonna stand here and you guys just play around me. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 4th. The pause of the pitch. Works down and away, and it's a full count. That'll allow everybody to get a head start here on this one. Mets have jumped out on the D-backs, now 4-0, top of the 3rd up in New York. Brewers lead the White Sox 1-0 in Chicago. 7-5 our score here. Bases full, 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Downstairs, ball 4. And Parsons gives up his second free pass of the ball game, and all of a sudden the 4-run lead is down to 1. Alexander picks up his second RBI of the ball game. Raceland this evening has given up 4 free passes plus 2 hit batters. And now Cam Underwood steps in. Underwood 1 for 2. Single to left his first time through and then popped out to shortstop.
Another younger brother of Greenup County baseball player who played last year.
Cohen Underwood.
And they wear the same
Wearing
number.
the same number. Doesn't look a thing alike.
Nope.
Not a thing alike. So the tying run at 3rd, go-ahead run out at 2nd. And the first pitch misses wide for a ball, 1-0. And now Marty Mills wants time. Well, let's go ahead and look at our trivia question since we got that opportunity. Today in 1986, this pitcher fanned 20 batters. Who was he? You can text me, 606-571-7281. A, Dwight Gooden. B, Dan Quisenberry. C, Tom Browning. D, Roger Clemens. We're going to get a call to the bullpen, and Briar Parsons' evening is finished. They're going to go to the right-hander, I believe, of
Parker Eisen.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bring in. Is it going to be Parker Eisen? I'm trying to determine. They got 2 guys standing out there, whether it's Eisen or if it's Pennington. We'll go ahead and step out for a break. We'll figure it out and break it down when we return after this here on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Go to Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Call to the bullpen for the Rams. The shortstop Parker Eisen will take over as Brigham Davidson will kill the DH. He'll come on now to play shortstop for the Rams as Eisen makes his 6th appearance of the season.
He's got a 1-0 record, 4.85 ERA. 4 1/3 inning pitched, 5 hits, no walks, struck out 3, give up 3 runs. All of them have been earned. He did throw over the weekend against Owensboro Catholic. He threw 2/3 of an inning, giving up 2 hits, 3 runs, all 3 of them earned. Didn't walk about her through 20 pitches in that 11-1 loss. But I believe that game was close until the very end.
Yeah, it was late.
It was like 5-1 going into the 6th inning, and then Owensboro Catholic
Ocath blew it up. And again, Ocath with some local flavor. Former head coach from Boyd County, Jody Hamilton. He's the skipper for the Owensboro Catholic team. Yeah. There you go. You're welcome. Some more useless trivia that you can put in your back pocket. So Eisen takes over here with the bases full. He's got a 1-0 count on the plate. And Underwood fans at the first pitch he sees from Eisen. Eisen, a guy, he's just going to come at you with a fastball. Not a whole lot of junk. He's trying to throw something out there looking for a ground ball to get out of this inning. Musketeers trail it by 4 coming into the inning. They've cut it to 1. There's another fastball that misses low, 2-1. Book is still open on Parsons. Who would be on the line for the win if everything stays and the Rams continue to hang on here. And this one bends foul just outside the line over at third base, 2-2.
Almost took out Mr. Roy. Standing at third base, tried to field it himself.
You can do that as long as you're in foul territory. Two's wild across the board with 2 down here in the fourth. 7-6 Rams clinging to a 1-run lead. Musketeers with 3 ducks on the pond trying to look for a big inning. Already 3 across here after putting 3 up in the third. Ison set, kicks and deals. Tries to bend that one to the outside corner, and he lays off, and that's a full count now.
Good take there by Underwood. Fastball up, or a lot of fastballs, even though he's only thrown, I think that was his 4th pitch.
4th pitch. It was a 1-0 count when he took over.
He's thrown 3 straight fastballs, and you got to adjust that off speed.
Here's the payoff pitch. Downstairs, ball 4, and we're tied. So a 4-run 4th inning for the Musketeers. As Underwood picks up the RBI.
Brings in Carla Robinson.
And this will be Robinson's 2nd time through in the inning. He led the inning off with a double. He came around to score. He fouls this one away. So the 10th batter of the inning for the Musketeers, who have even ball game at 7 here in the top of the 4th inning. Listen, we are flirting with a 3-hour ball game tonight. Rain and Mother Nature's not going to allow that to happen. We are going to be lucky to get through the 5th. This one's rolled over to first. Shore takes the hop, steps on the bag, and that ends the inning. But the Musketeers do some damage. They push 4 across in the 4th. We're even at 7. Back for more after this on Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
2-3-4 to up this inning for the Rams as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning in a 7-7 ball game. Close the book on Briar Parsons. He goes an inning and a third. 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Did not strike out a batter, walked 2 and hit a batter. So he and Thacker both non-decisions tonight. Also, Gavin Roy will have a no decision. So 2, 3, and 4 this inning for the Rams. If you could only see what is going on behind the scenes right now. So Landon Bloss starts us off. He's 0 for 1. Strikeout and a walk victim. Kyler Robinson out to start the 4th inning. Again, if the Rams could take the lead, get through the top of the 5th inning, and this game come to a halt due to weather, this game would be enough to be final. You would have enough innings in for it to be an official ball game.
If you know both of these coaches are so stubborn.
We're not going anywhere. We got lights and turf. We'll be here till midnight. We'll probably end up having to move the table back inside.
Greenup will just sleep on the bus.
2-0 in the top of the zone, 2-1. Hard hit ball out to Gammon at short. He'll take the high hop, fire it across. One down. Nice play there by the shortstop.
Now batting for the Rams, the left fielder, number 15, Connor Thacker.
So Connor Thacker comes in 0 for 1 with a walk.
I love his walk-up song.
He popped out to shortstop his first time up.
Michael Jackson.
Wow, you know little Michael, huh?
Yeah.
That's impressive. That ball hit his bat.
I heard it.
Yeah, I heard that ball clearly
got
hit.
headsets on.
Let's see what I don't believe the umpire's going to call it. I'm surprised that Steve Logan's not out of the dugout on that one. That ball hit the top of his bat.
Jeff Adkins is down there waiting on.
He's looking like, you want help? And Mr. Staples said, no, I got this one. I think they've changed it now. So it is called a strike. So off the end of the bat, a slow roller out to Hatfield at second. He'll field and throw. 2 down in the inning. This is not something that we've seen in this ball game yet from either side.
First 2 batters out.
A quick inning.
Uh-oh. Had to knock on some wood there.
Yeah. Greenup had 4 batters to the plate in the first inning. Raceland had sent 4 to the plate in the second. So Eli Lynn comes in. He smashed his 10th double of the season and drove home a run his last time through.
Keep getting notifications about the rains. That's going to be here.
Oh, I'm looking down at down Lloyd. It's coming up 23. I'm hoping the dome's going to hold for a little bit because Megalodon's coming this direction. A 1 pitch in the turf for a ball 1-1. The one thing every time I kept looking at it, and every time I look at it, it's a little farther back than what I keep saying. But I'm looking at it right now, and I mean, it's just like it looks like it has a mouth. And it's getting ready to gobble us up. It's like playing Pac-Man. And it's a pretty healthy swath coming this way. Let's hope that it holds. We can get this game in at least enough to get out of here. Lynn guessing on that one and guessed wrong. He's behind 1-2. Robinson playing ball down in the turf.
Yeah, 3 straight in the bottom half of the zone. So if you're Lynn, look for a pitch up. But don't fall off on the pitch 4 times in a row.
I'll throw it down there again. Here's the 1-2. Goes upstairs this time and fans him. Rams go in order in the 4th. We've played 4. We're even at 7. Back after this on Kool TV.
Here at Kentucky Christian University, we believe that nursing saves lives. Nursing is more than a career, it's a calling. KCU has a reputation for producing exemplary graduates who excel both clinically and professionally. With options for both in-person and online studies, KCU is ready to help you begin the career of your dreams today. Find out more at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the top of the 5th inning. Davidson, no. Whatever. We got to reset everything here. Hang on just a second. There we go. Hatfield, Gammon, and Logan, top of the order for the Musketeers in a 7-7 ball game here in this final 63rd District seeding contest between these two teams. Raceland is the 1 seed. They're at 5-0. Greenup trying to even things up at 3-3, or 4-2, excuse me. A loss here would make them 3-3, which leaves that game with Russell and Lewis County that's going to be hopefully played tomorrow night up in Vanceburg, a big one.
If the field is not underwater.
Nah, that field won't be underwater. Listen, it's crazy to think because as much rain as they've had up there. I guarantee if I texted Seth Wallingford right now and said, how much rain do you need? We could take it all. Hatfield starts us off 0-for-2. Reached once on a walk his first time through.
Got some text about the weather coming in. Sandy Gammon said it's sprinkling in South Shore.
Yeah, as long
now
as
it's stopped.
We can sprinkle. Here's a hopper out to Davidson. Strong throw and a nice play at first base. How about that for the arm of the sophomore? That's exactly what the Rams need here. A quick inning. Again, if you could jump on Greenup and regain the lead there in the fifth, if this game gets stopped and you can't resume it, you could finish it up. That's in Moorhead. That's okay. We don't care about Moorhead.
Stay up there.
This one's fouled away. Moorhead is an anomaly because what happens at Moorhead, a lot of times you'll get stuff that comes through there, and as it's coming through the Daniel Boone Forest, it loses its energy a lot of times. By the time it gets to Grayson, it just peters out. It's gone. Or what happens is it'll ride 64 and go south. It never comes this way. Typically stuff that rolls through Moorhead doesn't get us too often. It's the stuff that slides down the river. That's the stuff you got to watch.
So I just believe I saw some flash photography.
No, flash photography is all that was. No flash photography in the ballpark, folks. Gammon ahead now 2-1. He's 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Off the end of the bat, right at Gunnar Smith on a diving ball out to center. 2 outs in the inning. You talk about a kid that's really filled a vacancy that the Rams had in center field after the graduation of Parker Eisen. Gunnar Smith, what a job he has done of filling in that hole out there in center field and doing it very nicely. Ty Logan steps in 1 for 2. Everybody's starting to scramble around here. That's in there for a cold strike. 1-1. This would be big for the Rams if they could get through the inning at top of the order, 1-2-3, to answer the 1-2-3 inning that Greenup did against them in the home fourth inning. The 1-1. Lays off that one, 2-1. I haven't forgot about the trivia. We just haven't had a chance to get to it just yet. We'll get to it. Don't worry.
Pitch swung on a miss by Mr. Logan.
I want to make a correction. Brian Fletcher, he played for Hoofy. I saw Boyd County. We were talking about that, and I was going through the stuff there, and he actually played for Hoofy, not Boyd County. Here's a little flare out to just behind the bag. Michael Pennington runs that one down, and the Musketeers go in order. Time to stretch at the ballpark. We're even at 7. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Go to Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Bottom of the 5th inning, all tied at 7. Davidson, Ice, and Pennington do up this inning for the Rams. Weather headed this way and coming quickly. People starting to get antsy around the ballpark, starting to gather up their seats and get ready to headed toward the car. Rams would like to grab the lead here in the 5th, and which would make it an official ball game. We've had enough to make this an official ball game if we would get stopped for weather. Raceland led 2-0 after 1. Greenup took a 3-2 lead in the 3rd. The Rams played at 5 in that inning, made it 7-3. Greenup answered with 4 in the top half of the 4th. Sat Raceland down in order in the 4th, and that's where we stand right now in a 7-7 ball game. Davidson ahead, 2-0. Fouls this one away. All right, I'm going to go through the bonus question with you, since you have no clue on any of them except for one. All right, the 4 answers that we have to today's trivia question: Dwight Gooden, Dan Quisenberry, Tom Browning, Roger Clemens. The question was, what team did they play for? First off, Dwight Gooden started his career with the New York Mets. He bounced around, played some other places, played in Cleveland. He played for the Yankees. Dan Quisenberry played for the 1986 world champion Kansas City Royals. He and Brett Saberhagen, they were a combo, 1-2 punch. This is a swinging strike 3. Alexander will field and throw. 85 champions. They were 86 when they come back through.
Now batting for the Rams, the pitcher.
Tom Browning, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Why?
Cincinnati Reds. He was Mr. Perfection. He threw a perfect game for the Reds. And the best part about him, too, was he was the guy that went and sat down in the bleacher seats over in Wrigley and had a beer.
Okay.
Yeah. This one's in the turf as Parker Ison steps in. And then the last guy, Roger Clemens, I gave you the question. I said, name the teams that he played for. And Ben Ball didn't put it on a tee. He hit it into the next atmosphere.
It's in the name, Ball.
Yeah. So he played for 1 National League team and played for 4 American League teams. As Ison punts this one down, nice play there by Robinson as he fields his position. 2 down in the 5th.
It's hard for
a lefty too,
pitcher,
yeah.
Especially like fighting back to that side. That's why Ison put it on that side, just so he could hopefully get it into that other triangle over there that I was talking about earlier.
So Michael Pennington comes in 1 for 2, a RBI double his last time through. So the National League team that Clemens played for, the Houston Astros. He and Andy Pettit pitched together there, which they also pitched together in New York, which was kind of crazy. The American League teams he played for, the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, the Toronto Blue Jays, and I'm missing one.
Who did you say already?
This one sneaks its way through into left field. Boston, Yankees,
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
I can't remember the other one we looked up.
And I've drawn a blank. Jeez, oh Pete, now I feel bad. We've had this locked down.
Yeah, we had it.
No, it was 4 teams. It was just the 4 teams. 4 teams total, 3 in the American League, 1 in the National. Okay, rain's here.
It is.
Everybody will be fine.
Yeah, we're not going to melt.
We're not going to melt. Nobody's going to, well, people might float away, but here's Kate Coldiron steps in. He's 0 for 2. Fans of that first one to misses. That was not thunder, by the way. That was actually the trains locking in over at CSX. I know that rumble. That rumble is something that you hear in this area. If you live in this area, you know what that rumble is. That was not thunder. CSX Railway just across the way there. You can see it in your screen there. Coldiron chops this one into the dugout, and he's quickly down 0-2. 7-7 ball game here in the 5th in this final 63rd District seeding contest. 63rd District tournament coming up here in the 3rd week of May, right before Memorial Day weekend. We'll have both the 63rd District baseball and softball tournaments. They got the runner, Pennington, but he's going to take second base. And again, that's what you're taught to do. You go on first motion and you take off, and that's what he does for the stolen base. So that's big because now if Cold Iron can punch one in, you give an opportunity to Pennington to try to score. Here's the 0-2. Fouled straight back. Starting to hear a little bit of rainfall on top of the tent here over top of us.
Mother Nature is here.
Mother Nature needs to get on some Prozac. She has just been angry this year. She's been angry for the last 10 years. The 0-2. Breaking ball goes down swinging for strike number 3. We're through 5. We're even at 7. We head to the 6th after this on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
Top of the 6th inning, 7-7 ball game. Roy, Boggs, and Howard do up this inning for the Musketeers, 4, 5, and 6. I want to throw out a disclaimer real quick, just in case we do. If for some reason all of a sudden our stream just stops, it's because we've had to load and go and get indoors. We will be back with you once we get back inside, but we've got a significant thunderstorm moving this direction, and it has been moving a little slower than expected. But the problem of it is I don't know that we can get this inning in and it not sit down on top of us unless it continues to dissipate as it makes its way this direction. We'll see how it plays out. So Gavin Roy starts us off. He's 2 for 2. He's driven in a couple of runs, hit by a pitch, single to left and single to right. Lifts this one skyward on the third base side. Bloss giving a look. That one's going to get out of play for a foul ball, 1-1.
Starting to feel that breeze.
Yeah, the wind was, howling around here much of the day today. It got very sticky around the ballpark. It was in the 80s today. And then right at game time, man, the wind just kind of laid down after that first inning, and it got very stale. And now you're starting to feel just a little bit of a breeze coming in here. And this one's fouled away. 1-2. We picked up another vehicle. Somebody needs to go collect $10. $10 per person, by the way. Oh, boy. Flash photography is not welcome in the ballpark, people.
That's the airport.
That's the airport. It's the wrong direction.
Listen, you see that all the way down there in Greenup.
Yeah, but it starts that way, not over here. There's no airport in downtown Greenup. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's just a flash.
Yeah. They need to stop flashing their headlights coming from Lloyd. 2-2 fouled away. Good at bat here for Gavin Roy. I remember I was doing a game up at East Carter one night, and we were just playing through the elements, trying to get through it, and all of a sudden we had a big clap of thunder, and I said, that was the trains locking together up in Hitchens. And the guy up the press box goes, they've not locked trains together in Hitchens in 30 years. I said, I know, I was just reaching for straws, man. I was going for anything. Ison back to work, a payoff pitch to Gavin Roy. And that one's chopped over to second base. Pennington on the high hop, fields and throws. 1 down. It's one thing you get when you play on turf. You're going to get some nice hops. Red carpet rolls is what I like to call them. So Roy retired for the first time this evening, and now Luke Bach steps in 0 for 2. Excuse me, no, he's 1 for 3. That's my mistake. I didn't update his numbers here. Skies this one over toward the first base side. Shore giving it a look. He lost it and can't find it. He had to do some navigation there around Jeff Adkins, the first base umpire. And when he kind of took his eyes off the ball to try to locate his footing again after he almost made the collision, he couldn't find the ball when it got up in the lights. So a big opportunity here for Luke Boggs. He rolls this one over to third. Landon Bloss settles and fires a bullet across, 2 down.
One thing Boggs has, like his brothers, that speed.
Matthew Boggs is one of the fastest kids from the right-handed side that you would see.
It's like he was coming out of the left-handed box.
Yeah, and I mean, and a ball in the outfield, I mean, you played him in center field, and basically you could guard the lines because the gaps were covered.
Yeah. And he would run through the fence to catch a ball.
Yes, he would.
I remember one time he was catching at Fleming County, and they kind of have a netting like this, but their brick wall is a little bit higher. Well, ball hit straight up, going back over the net, and he runs straight into the net and falls over the, like a lawn chair. Like he literally just folded him at the waist. So he sat there. We were all like, oh, is he going to be okay? And then he jumps up and catches one, and he's fine.
You know, he took a ball to the face, too. Didn't leave the game. He came back and played the next day. I mean, he was a warrior. Isa trying to make quick work of the Musketeers here in the 6th. He's got an 0-2 count. Works upstairs and misses with a fastball, 1-2. Speaking of Ison Cards and Collectibles, the place on Saturday to meet Reds Hall of Famer George Foster. Pictures, autograph opportunities this Saturday down on Old Russell at Ison's Cards and Collectibles. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Musketeers go quietly in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th, all tied at 7 with thunderstorms on the way. Can we get it in? We'll find out when we return after this here on Kool TV.
JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. is owned and managed by Shane Wallingford to be a solutions provider for manufacturers tailoring to their specialized needs. It was created with the vision that good communication among all parties will provide the best answer to the problem. From ball mills used in pulverization to custom design of equipment or components, JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. will gladly work with clients to resolve the issues that are prevalent. Their vision is to make your project their successful business. JSB Industrial Solutions, Tollsboro, Kentucky.
Since 1932, we've been a proud part of Kentucky, dedicated to serving our members with integrity, respect, and a commitment to excellence. We believe that by working together, we can create a brighter future for everyone. Whether you're saving for a new home, planning for retirement, or starting your own business, we're here to help you every step of the way. So stop wishing and start doing. And let's build a financially successful future together. Thank you for being a part of our journey.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 9 at the top to this inning for the Rams. Smith, Shore, and Bloss in a 7-7 affair. Let's quickly take a look at our Kool Sports trivia question. This date, 1986, this pitcher fanned 20 batters. Who was it? A, Dwight Gooden, B, Dan Quisenberry, C, Tom Browning, D, Roger Clemens. Well, if you're a Red Sox guy and you have any clue about 86 pitchers, you're talking about Mr. Flamethrower himself, the Rocket D, Roger Clemens. Kenny Anderson, you were the first one in with the correct answer. That guy's got my number on speed dial, man. I mean, as soon as I get it out there, it's in. I love it. Set the major league record at the time by striking out 20 batters in a 3-1 win over the Seattle Mariners. He was 23 years old at the time. That broke the record of 19 that was previously held by Hall of Famers Steve Carlton, Nolan Ryan, and Tom Seaver. So a light drizzle here at the ballpark as Gunnar Smith steps in, 1 for 2, and the first pitch misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, there's been a couple of them.
No, there's not been anything.
It's those lights over at the train station keep flipping on and off.
Yeah. Corner's pinched in for the Musketeers, guarding for the speedster of Smith, who likes to try to bunt on for a base hit. So you got Howard guarding the line up at the collar cutout at third, and then Underwood up at the collar cutout at first.
You'd think with all the lights that are out in center field that they would make them turn the light, which I don't know how it is in the box, But seeing those lights on the school, you'd think they'd make them turn them
Now,
off.
we'll say this. The two lights that you're talking about, you cannot see those from the
Can't,
batter's box.
okay.
No, the batter's eye takes those away. The one that when you look from us, it's right over top of the entrance going off to the edge of the field, and then one right there at the bus. You can see them on straightaway center field there. 2-1 pitch, swung on a missed, 2-2. But, yeah, you get the balls over there. That's it. We're done. We're not getting away from that one. I'm sorry.
That one.
That one was a no-doubter.
That one went around us.
That one was a New York that was a New York fireworks show. And Party said, hey, we're good.
We'll play with wood.
Yeah, we're good. That's it. We're in a delay. So that puts us in at least a 30-minute delay. And with that, what we are going to do is we are going to put ourselves in a delay, and we're going to go ahead and shift our stuff indoors while this storm has not made it here so we can go ahead and get set up for it. So we are currently in at least a 30-minute weather delay due to a moving thunderstorm that's coming this direction, but due to the lightning, they're going to pause this thing, and we'll see what the decision's made. So we'll check back in with you in just a little bit. Hang with us here on the stream as we go on a weather delay here in a 7-7 ball game with the bottom of the 6th inning here with Raceland and Greenup. All right, fans, here we are. We are currently in a weather delay, and I got to get this squared away here just a second. Right there, there's another 30. So give me just a second here. I'm going to get this pulled up here so we can see of what it is that we're looking at. But what we are in the midst of right now is that right there. And let's zoom in just a little bit here if we can. So looking on your screen there, this is probably hanging around until close to 10 o'clock, and you can see it really building as it came through and which it hit, and just coming through Vanceburg. There's it sitting on top of us. Some pretty significant lightning and thunder. Some rain is not really what I would say much more than just a kind of a drizzle right now, not really a downpour by any means. But, I mean, it's not terrible. And Jacob's wet. He's overacting like he's going to melt. But that's where we currently stand. So what we're going to do, I went down earlier before we came back up. Both head coaches met with our two umpires, and what they've decided is they're going to revisit things at 9 o'clock and take a look at the radar, see where we stand with how this thing is playing out, and if we see that there is a window there that we think that we can complete this ball game. If there doesn't look like there's a window, this game is going to be delayed and will resume tomorrow. Again, this game in the grand scheme of things for Raceland means nothing. The Rams are the 1 seed. They're going to play Lewis County as the 4 seed. This game means huge for Greenup and Russell, who are both looking for that number 2 seed to be the home team in the 63rd District Tournament. So Russell and Lewis did not get to play tonight, so they're going to play their game tomorrow, hopefully. We've got more rain in the forecast tomorrow, more on Thursday, more on Friday as well. So who knows where we are, but that's the reason we are currently trying to finish out this game here tonight if there's any way possible. But Mother Nature's trying to spoil the fun. And, again, we'll see what happens because you can see right there on the back side of that about 9:45 when it's rolling through here till we start looking at a window, there's another big cell blows up right there in Maysville, which is about an hour away with the way this stuff's moving. So for the moment, we're going to step out, and when we have an update, we'll come back with you and reconvene and see where we are. So hang with us here on Kool TV. Okay, hang on just a second here. I got to give the boys some love down here. Connor Thacker's mean mugging. Yeah, so let's talk about this because the last time we did this, hang on a second, we let them know that we're watching them. The last time we had this, we had the weather delay. Caden Smith's face ended up as the screensaver on Trey Mills' computer in his room. So this is the fun part of weather delays, as you can see the guys there in the dugout just kind of chilling, hanging out. But, a little rock, paper, scissors there with the two seniors. Oh, Eli won that one. This is entertainment you can't get anywhere. Lynn takes it 2 for 3. He's the champion. All right, enough rock, paper, scissors. We're going to step out for a break. We'll be back with you in just a bit here on Kool TV. All right, so we've got an update. We're done for tonight. So this game is currently postponed with a 2-2 count at the plate and a 7-7 ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning. So the plans tomorrow to resume this game sometime around 5:30 to 6 o'clock. We'll keep you abreast as it goes. They're going to try to play a JV game after the varsity game tomorrow. So that's where we currently stand. We will have the resumption and the conclusion of this ball game tomorrow, whatever time it is that we do play, and if we can ever get out of here tonight due to the doggone rains. So, I mean, it is absolutely coming down. And, again, it's not the fact that we couldn't play here. We could let it rain like this for the next 40 hours, and we could give it 15 minutes and we could play ball. It's just the basic fact of it is that it's going to be late. It's a school night for both of these teams, and it's easier just to roll things back in and do it tomorrow. That's also going to make it interesting on pitching because you're going to roll the calendar over and you're going to get some pitchers that's going to be available tomorrow that wasn't available today for both teams. So the thing that it will do, though, is those pitchers that were pitching today, their nights are finished. So they have to resume with new pitching tomorrow. They cannot return to the ball game. So that's another anomaly that you got to figure out in this one when you put this game back together tomorrow, sometime around 5:30 to 6 o'clock. So thanks for hanging in with us tonight. For Jacob Hankins, Philip Rourke, Trey Collier, I'm James Collier saying so long for the moment from a rainy night here in Ramland.
Thank you for watching another Raceland Rams baseball broadcast live on Kool TV. This broadcast of Raceland Rams baseball has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Kool Sports Network and Kool TV.